Hello everyone, this is Thursday the 8th of September and this is the first part of the video. We start with, as usual, with euro against the dollar. A couple of trades here and one filtering. The first trade really to be done was at 8:10. The breakout of this little range here. The reason why I didn't take it is because it's very close to R1, and we know that the euro doesn't move very much, and you need quite a lot of movement. And in fact, actually, R1 was initially rejected. A better place to me to enter was this one, the breakout of this double top, and this happened at about 9 o'clock. The first stop, the first instance of the stop was here, just below this double bottom, which is also now below the moving averages. The market goes up. Yes, it is a little bit risky in the sense that it's quite close to R2. But as you can see, R1, R2, R3 are pretty close by. So if you really look at these things, you're never going to trade. The other thing is that the market was actually, as you can see, making an uptrend. So I was quite confident that this level here would have been passed. In fact, it was. I'm quite happy to take 6 or 7 or 8 tick scalp on the euro. As soon as I had my first target, I moved the stop to break even. It would have been here, and then the market really stayed there for a while. I closed it down at break even, the second half, because I had to go away. In any case, we don't trade after 10 o'clock. It's a pity because at about 11 the market went up. Here, that's the usual kind of thing. There was the press conference from the ECB, there was the ECB announcement, there was the inflation report from Carney, there was US unemployment claims, quite a lot of things. So this is obviously filtered. You see, this is 145. Because of news. We are around news, and the press conference was still on. Again, pity, because I would have had my targets, and then the market went down. But that's life. Don't worry about that. There's going to be other opportunities, and one opportunity was this one. In days like this, usually this system is giving late signals. The best entry would have been on the break of this little range here, and on the break of these two moving averages. But let's stick to the rules. You have a signal here. This is quite far from news. It's about 3 o'clock. We didn't have many news at 3 o'clock, and I decided to enter for a scalp to R2. As it happened, the market went down there. The stop was quite high, but that's fine. I was just happy to play. As soon as the market went to the first target, I moved the stop to break even. Actually, the market paused a bit, and then I had my second target at R1. So it was a pretty good day for the euro, considering the very low volatility. On cable, on the other side, we had quite a lot of filtering. The first signal was here. It would have been triggered here, but it was very close to the daily pivot, so I didn't trade here. This again, it could have been a very smart re-entry, but I feel that there wasn't enough space. It would have been good though. plus some other stuff. Here we are on the news, and here we are on the news. So you filter this one, and you will probably avoid the loss, or probably not, because the stop would have been up here and it wasn't triggered. But you don't want to really be around when Carney speaks or when there is unemployment claims in the United States and so on. So all this area is banned from trading as far as the system is concerned. Pity, because we would have made some points, actually quite a few, but we don't trade during news. The only trade of the day was this one, and it was a pretty advanced one. It wasn't the most advanced trade for today, but it's the most advanced trade that I show in my video today. And the reason for this is that you're still under a sell signal. The market is going down. You still have this trend line is broken a little bit here, but that was news. There is a downtrend. The market after the news didn't really rally, and so I was expecting a further leg down. Rather than waiting for what? I mean, these spikes here are not particularly conducive. And when I've seen that, actually I really wanted to enter some other pairs on pound, particularly the pound against the yen. But the pound against the yen was quite close to big round number. I decided actually that this was a good pattern to get back short. So I entered here as about 25 with a view of testing S1, and that's exactly what happened. That was a very good trade. It will go down in my diary, in my journal, as an advanced trade. Okay, let's have a look at oil. Oil has been very good the first couple of days of the week. It was a little bit naughty the other 2 days. Today was really quiet, and there's nothing really to report. There was no signal, no triggering, nothing really. Interesting. This was, you see, this wasn't triggered. This was a signal, and you could have entered at the top of this bar here. This is 33. You would have entered at 36. However, at 36, you would have had this and this high, and during a range day like this, you really want to avoid that. So you could have entered at 40, but then you notice that 40 is the upper limit of the range of today, and you want to really clear that. So you would have entered at 45, 46, 47, 48. Now, remember, you should have entered at 35, 36. If you entered 10 points later, especially after this rally here, you definitely entered too late. So the signal was valid, but there was no clear high probability points to enter. And so I decided to give it a miss. The first safe place to enter would have been 49. Let's say the market went to 55 and then back, and you would have lost. So that's a very important point. Be patient. There's going to be other opportunities. There are always going to be opportunities. If a trade is really too complicated and too risky, just ignore it. The opportunity was here. Again, the range is broken here. Now here we are 46.05, and we are very, very close to big round number. So I rather wait for a 95 entry. Now here it's risky because the market has already tanked 50, 60 points. And then you have an issue with the stop. I mean, do you really want to put a stop here? Come on. I mean, if you enter after this, you're really entering for a scalp. If you're entering for a scalp, your stop is just above the retest of the breakout. As it happened, you had your 10 points, and then as soon as you had 10 points, you put the stop break even for the second half of the trade, and you're stopped out here. And you really want to go out here because then, as you see, there was some news on oil. So overall, a pretty good day. One trade, one scalp. In these situations, it's quite good for these days.